Hello and welcome, friends. It's Rob here from eXploration, and I'm here today with the Amazing American Circus, which is the next video in our series, our playlist called The One-Off Experience, where we take a look at games just, for about an hour, and we kind of see just what they're all about and whether or not they'll appeal to our audience. And in this case, this is a card combat game, that's got a very unique setting. And I'm not sure about combat, because it seems like it's not about combat. So I'm really excited. I think it's a very unique game. We're going to take a look to see if it is as unique as its premise and if it's fun. So let's go ahead and try. Never played it before. This is literally first time experience. The funeral is over. You get back into the house, or rather the ruined shed you used to call home. Uncle Jack abruptly sits down on an old squeaky chair and pouts his lip in a cheeky manner. And off he goes, the damn fool. Well, I'm going to be off then. Hold your horses, boy. You got to see what your old daddy left you first. Jack, you don't need to. But he's not listening to you. He goes outside and you follow with an exasperated sigh. You already know what he's going to show you. Your pa left you his circus. You don't say. The circus, as Jack called it, consists of a couple of rusty stands and an old ruined big top that has not been used in 20 years. Hard to believe that him and Uncle Jack used to be the most famous performers in America. It's yours now, all that sad mess. I don't want it. I got a train to catch, so if there's nothing else. Not even gonna say hello to the troupe? Remember, from the funeral? Three very smelly and very ragged artists who looked as if they had spent the last couple of years in a basement stare at you intently with barely confined, disturbing excitement in their eyes. Oh, and Grandma Betty's there. Try not to piss her off. And Sweet Jimmy. The guy makes the best pink lemonade. You greet them cautiously, and then you spot your mother coming out of the house, pulling the black shawl tighter around her. And her stern grimace becomes somewhat softer as she gets closer. Oh, are you preparing a show to honor your father? Yes, that's exactly what he's doing. I am not. I'm leaving. Come on, boy. Years of watching your father and I, you must have picked up something. You know this will be one big disaster, but hey, one quick show and they will leave you in peace. Right? Ooh, I don't know. These are your artists. Up to 3 can perform in a single show. This is your audience, waiting to be entertained. It won't come easy, since each spectator has various abilities and actions that will make your job harder. This is your audience waiting to be entertained. It won't come easy, since each we just read that. This is your vitality. It refreshes at the start of each turn, as each artist increases it by 1. Now let's take a closer look at your cards. Pay attention to types of cards. This one reduces audience sneering with awe. Your goal is to impress the spectators, lower the boredom, and bring them to the state of delight. So not combat, really. Card's name is visible here. You don't say. Thanks. Every card has a vitality cost. Playing a card decreases your vitality by the specified value. This number on the other hand represents how the card will influence the finale meter if played. The mechanic will be explained later. Here, a description explaining in detail what the card does. Some of the cards have effects that can only be activated in specific circumstances. In order to find out the details of an effect, right-click it. Okay, so here is a description explaining in detail what the card does. And press 4, stash 1 ball. Now use the highlighted card and point it out to the chosen spectator. Fireball, juggling, patow. Alright, when you finish your turn, the cards from your hand are placed in a discard pile. Afterwards, the audience performs their actions. Click here to end your turn. Alright, I'll click in here and end my turn. You're throwing tomatoes at me. Audience's sneering lowers focus of your artist. In order to protect your artist from the decrease of focus, use cards that equip them with an ability to ignore attacks. Pay attention to the planned attacks of the audience and determine who needs protection. Remember, ignore ability resets at the beginning of each turn. Cards have various effects. For example, draw gets you... Okay, this is very common, like, you know, stuff. So, extra no... Okay, so finger lift is what I'm supposed to do for him, I guess. Alright, I wasn't expecting that. If your artist's focus hits 0, one of their cards gets scrapped from the deck. Afterwards, their focus resets. If all your artists lose all its cards, they are removed from the show. In addition, your vitality decreases by 1. I almost choked on my own spit. If you lose all your artists, the show ends with a failure. When your artist's card is scrapped, you get to decide which one it is. Okay. Icons of... Okay, blah, blah, blah. Alright, cool. This is really... It's a unique setting, but it's not very different as far as like normal card games go. Why don't do that. Alright, if all the cards in your deck are used, the discard pile reshuffles into a new deck. It has a cost though. When reshuffle takes place, all artists lose 5 focus. Cherry picker. So we'll throw that. There we go. Each card you play influences in the finale bar. Card's finale's value can be positive, negative, or neutral. Pay attention to the order of your actions or not to lose a chance to perform the finale. The meter's fully charged. Perform the finale. Wow, that was super anticlimactic. You clearly got some of that Arthur's blood in you, boy. That was surprisingly good. And that reminds me. Yeah, there was a letter. Yes, from the Circus Association. Addressed to your pa. There's going to be a circus competition. Sounds interesting. Wait till you hear the best part. The winner gets $100,000. 100,000? You fall silent, start thinking. You always resented this weird hobby of your father. Rather, it seemed to bring him bad fortune than profit. And yet, he had always seemed determined to put you on his path. So much so that you always felt a deep need to resent it. Uncle Jack grins. You'd obviously share the winnings with your poor uncle and widowed ma, wouldn't you? Let's see. You got no woman waiting for you with a hot supper, no house, no job, because they just let you go, together with a fair share of debts. $100,000 could solve most of those problems indeed. I guess I do know a thing or two about a circus. You sure do, and we need money. You think about the show you just gave, you have to admit it. It did feel kind of good to be on stage. Fine, I'll do it. Why the hell not? My good boy. Well, in that case... Uncle hands you an old map of the states, all blurred and hard to read without a magnifying glass. This should help you on your travels. Use it when you're ready to leave. Good luck, kid. Good decision. You are not sure, but you are willing to take that gamble, you think. Goodbye, son. I hope. She halts. Her voice quivers. Never mind. Off you go, then. This is the map. This is where you choose cities you want to visit. Locations are separated by roadways. One trip can consist of 3 roadways. Uncover new cities and quests along with the magnifying glass. Remember those that you need to pay with cash for each use. Next, select Seattle as your destination. Alright, so type big. Region Wild West. Alright, let's travel. Your artists have to eat before venturing forth. You get to plan provisions for your travels. The number of cities you pass by during the journey determines the number of required meals. Available dishes are listed here. Food you choose impacts your artist. This is represented by these parameters. High enough, they unlock positive effects. Boons, if they reach a lower value. Flaws. Here you can find out specific types of dishes impact the parameters. Choose a dish and drag it to an available slot. Okay, Let me do it. Boiled potatoes. Where did I put it? There we go. Travel. Boiled potatoes. You can make mashed potatoes with that. You look a little bit happier than you were just a few seconds ago. And you're creepy as hell looking. Alright. The Amazing American Circus. Let's do this. So, we're employees now, huh? Looks like it. Oh, this is going to be good. We knew your father well. Hey! Huh? I'm coming with you. You just finished setting up the big top for the first time as Uncle Jack rides up to you, heaving euphorically. He dismounts and tries to catch his breath as he stumbles towards you. It's that old drunk again. I'm coming with you. I knew it. See? We think alike already. And the name of our circus... was thinking about it the whole way, and I found it. Jones and Jones Circus, you know? Seeing as we both are Joneses and your pa was named Jones. Yeah, I think I get it, but hold on a minute. It's settled then. You won't get rid of me that easily, boy. I know how to make all this work. Sweet Jimmy sends you a knowing look. That man is hard to argue with, I can tell you that. Better just accept it and move on. Your uncle makes himself at home and takes a seat in front of their cart. Huh. Jones and Jones Circus it is, then. Okay, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Let's look. It looks like everything's X'd out, so that makes it easy. Big top. Let's do this. Alright, circus poster allows you to plan out your shows. Here you decide which artist will get you on the stage, get time on the stage, choosing up to 3 performers at a time. Well, I only have 3 performers. They're divided into 3 acts. And then something about... Okay. So there's always a chance your artist will receive some effects, boons, and flaws, and special cards, gifts, and hoaxes after the show. Alright. When you are all set, press the button to view the circus ticket. Alright, we'll make the clown first. And then we'll do the man lifter. And then we'll do the juggler. Alright. And then finale. I have a finale. That's right. A tightrope. And then misfit here. We gotta do lizard man. Wow. Alright. Do the ticket. Expected revenue. You never know how many spectators are going to show up, and that's why managing business side of your show is important. Here's the expected revenue from the show. If it turns out to be successful, you'll get cash. The amount should be somewhere between the highest and lowest values marked on the bar. Your income decreases if you lose an artist during the show. If you want, you can take a risk and increase the expected revenue. The action proportionally changes both highest and lowest values of the section. Bigger the risk, bigger the reward. If you can afford it, you can always invest in the promotion of your show. This both reduces the risk and opens up a chance to earn even more from a successful performance. I don't have any money, do I? I do have cash. Alright, let's put some posters out there. Alright. Start the show. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. Sneer 1 times 5 at him, at her, and then decrease chosen artist impressibility. Shuffle your hand into deck. Draw 1 card for each shuffled card. Cherry Pecker. Let's see. Let's go against him. Alright, and you... So these are all negative. Derpy Walk. Draw 1 chosen card from deck. And we will do... We'll do that one, because that's 3. I'd like to add some. So we'll ignore 3, and we'll do it against her, since she's about to get hit too. Alright, and then Rolla, Bola, Fall, or Fiery Fart. Shuffle your hand into deck. Draw one card for each shuffled card. Alright, and I guess that's it. There we go. Alright, so let's see. We all float. Wow, that's scary looking. Vitality 1, draw 3. Can we do that to him? Nope. Alright. Or her, I should say. Sorry. Truck flip, ignore, extra ignore, pile 3. Who's getting hit? She's getting hit again, so let's give the old extra flip there. What about another joke? Impress 3, extra sneering, pile -2. So, by that, does that mean more, like more damage? Decreases chosen artist's impressibility. So we need to, we've guarded her. Ignore 1 for each card while with ignore used during the, wait, ignore 1 for each card with ignore used during this performance. I don't even know what that means. Teeth lift. Okay, cards in the deck. That's great. Let's go back. We'll click to end our turn. Alright, deck shuffle. Oh, that sucks. Alright, well, let's see. Ignore 6. So we'll do that from him. Oh, everybody gets ignored. Awesome. Impress, stash 4. There we go. Let's impress him. We're going to focus our efforts on this one guy. I think I can do him one more time. So, and then unpile all balls. Draw extra hands 1, draw 1. Let's see what that does. Alright. So smash a rock. Unpile, ignore. Impress 1 for every 2 ignore removed. Do we have ignore? State of mind and chest. Nope. We don't have any ignores. Vitality 1, draw 3. Let's do that and see what that does. Alright, truck flip. Ignore. So we could do... This was good. It helped everybody. But it doesn't look like we can do that. Derpy block, draw 1, and press 3, extra sneering. We're going to really focus on this guy. So let's do it again. Somehow I didn't do anything. I'm clearly not quite understanding the gameplay mechanics here. Alright, so state of mind, extra sneering, pile -2, increase by 1 at the end of the turn until it hits 0. I think the problem is there's a bit of a language barrier here. I don't know, it just... None of this really makes too much sense. Unpile, ignore, impress 1 for every 2 ignore removed. Alright, let's try this. Okay, that's not something we want to do again. So we're going to ignore him for him. And we're going to do this. Nope, that's not good. Alright, in turn. Alright. So 5 focused. Wow, okay, we have to choose one to scrap now. Unpile all balls and press. I don't even know what that means, so let's do that. You can... The fiery fart doesn't seem to be doing really anything. And you can... That one. This unpile ignore thing doesn't... I don't know what that even does, really. So I'm just going to leave that. Fireball juggling. And press 4. Let's see if we can get this guy out of here. Cool. He sat down. Sit your ass down. Tell you what. And then... Let's hit him with the impressing. And then... Ignore 3, stash 1 ball for him. And then we'll end this turn. And impress 2, stash 1 ball. Wait, I've got a chance to do impress 15 a random spectator. That should be the finale and finish this. Congratulations, you finished your first show. Alright, so your artists are rewarded with experience points for each show. Leveling your employees up unlocks new cards or improves the ones they already have. There's always a chance your artists will receive some effects, boons, and flaws, and special cards, gifts. Okay. Last but not least, here you can find how profitable your show was. Keep in mind that losing artists during the performance affects your earnings. Yay, so we gained 570. You know what? I think we'll do fine with the circus, I mean. Well, a bit early to say. I bet you we're going to get recognizable in no time. Put up a show in front of Buffalo Bill himself one day. Why would we? To make him realize he ain't got a chance against us. Bill's going to take part in a tournament, I reckon. Challenging him, proving him we are better, he'd simply resign. I think it's unlikely. Don't underestimate me, kid. I used to be tightrope Jackie. Think big. Alright, so what does this now do? Lets you improve your artist abilities. Alright. Remember though, that only employees that are experienced enough are able to train. Push the button to train selected artist. During the training, you will get to choose between a new card and upgrading to existing one. Upgrading the training wagon gives you a reroll option that you can use if you're not happy with the training results. Alright, so she seems to be my big lifter, my heavy lifter. She's not capable of leveling up though, because she doesn't have it yet. Map, we got the city here. Voodoo wagon, recruitment wagon. Let's see what we got here. Emerald the Flying Woman. Let's go through all this. You can also check candidate set of cards. Your circus isn't too spacious, so you can only hire a limited number of artists. That makes sense. What's the difference between you twos? You look the same. One has glass cannon. Decrease the amount of casts. Oh, no, we don't want that one. Glass cannon increases impressibility and decreases received ignore at the beginning of the show. Alright, Sofia Kavalovya. You're in. Come on in. Alright, and then the Voodoo Wagon. What we got here? You can manage quirks in the Voodoo Wagon. Here's the list of quirks. Check the description to see what they do. Select a quirk and decide what to do with it. Click here if you wish to remove it. If you don't want to lose it, lock it. There's also an option to copy selected quirk and give it to another artist. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to worry about that just yet. Let's see what the Artist Wagon's all about. The Artist Wagon's about managing your fabulous troupe. These performances are in your implement at the moment. Click the button that allows you to modify the chosen artist deck. Usually the artist can have up to 5 cards in their deck, but there are exceptions when the numbers can be lower or higher. Alright, so we can build their decks. But I've got no cards to build their decks with. So, Training Wagon, we can go through them here this way. Recovery Wagon. Artist of the hoax is always marked on the list. You can pick a card you would like to remove. Press this button to confirm the action. No one's got a hoax. That's cool. Alright, Cookhouse Wagon. All recipes available are listed here. You can upgrade the wagon to discover more. Effects inform you how a dish impacts satisfaction, health, and nutrition parameters explained before. Before you start cooking, you have to buy the right ingredients first. Note that the prices differ across from different cities. Press cook to prepare the dish. Red bean stew. Or we could do this one. So let's cook that one. Alright. Bazaar. You can find Misfits in the Bazaar. Misfits have various abilities and you get to use them during the show. I didn't get to do that. Find more Misfits by completing quests and giving successful shows in some of your cities. Beginning of the act, extra impress, pile 3. Okay, so it was at the beginning of the act. And then the Ringmaster's Wagon, your personal quarters, is where you manage the whole circus. All your wagons are listed here. Selecting one presents upgrade options. Here are your upgrades for the selected wagon. Every time you increase a wagon, the cost of future upgrades increases. So keep your mind on investments in... Okay, so if I wanted to, I can increase this. Reroll allows you to roll the dice again and draw different cards. Recruitment wagon. More candidates. Increase the number of candidates eager to join your circus. Let's do that once. And then let's actually look to see... Oh, I've got another one. Countess the Beauty. But they're all the same. That sucks. So far they've all had the same look. So let's go to Walla Walla. Travel. We have our apple bread. We're going to bring it over here. And we're going to travel. Alright. We're going to do this one more time, and then we're going to call this an episode. Alright, so... let's do this. You are going to be here for the second round. We're going to put you in the front. And you right there. And then the Misfits are going to be the Lizard Man, since that's the only one I have. And the finale... Alright. Ticket. Let's increase the ticket price a little bit. Oof. Let's do that. And then let's provide a poster. Alright. So you do something that I don't quite understand yet. You add to the ignore pile. State of mind changes impress by 6. Decreases by 1 at the end of the turn until it hits 0. So she's really good at impressing. Ignore 3, stash 1 ball, extra hands, draw 1. Let's see what you got. Alright, vine climb. Ignore 5. So it looks like I'd need to do that because it looks like they were going to attack her. Alright, and touche enchante. Oh, I didn't mean to ignore. Oh, it's all everybody. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and click intern. Yeah, you're not very nice, are you? Impress 4. Let's do you. Fireball juggling. And then, oh yes, let's do this one. Wow, that almost took them out. We almost got you done already. Yeehaw. Alright, 5 focus decrease, but that's alright because we're going to finish this off real quick. And press 5, let's do it. Alright, I'm kind of getting the hang of this. I understand it now a little bit. Don't quite understand like the whole like get rid of ignore thing that it was doing before, but discard ignore. Maybe it's because you discard ignore that and it has some sort of boost to what you are doing. Now that I'm getting it, I think that's what it is. It's like if you had to ignore, you would discard all of it, and then whatever it is that the benefit of discarding it would be what you get. So now we can come to, where was it you go? No, it wasn't the artist wagon. It was Ringmasters. Yep, there we go. No, journal maybe. No, where was it where we get to see how much money we made? I'm just gonna go one by one until I figured it out. I thought there was one that I saw that like showed me how much money I made. I mean, I've made a decent chunk of change here. So, training wagon, no one's good enough just yet. So, hey, I mean, this could be pretty cool. I think it's... I was super wrong and just assuming it was like every other card game. I kind of feel like an idiot for saying all that in the beginning of this episode, but I mean, it's similar for sure, but it's definitely got some unique characteristics and unique aspects of it and elements that just make it stand out. I mean, like clearly the whole like American Circus thing is pretty cool, but there's different takes on the like whole like defense and attack, and it makes it a pretty unique game. So again, with these one-off experiences, we're trying to make sure that you guys get exposure to other games that maybe we aren't really showing on this channel. And more importantly, it's an opportunity to kind of show something that maybe you guys want us to do a series on, maybe a short series on, to see if it's a game that you'd be interested in. So yeah, I mean, we're just trying to kind of broaden our horizons a little bit and maybe not commit to lengthy Let's Plays, but also get the opportunity to show games that you haven't seen or maybe haven't heard about or maybe no one's really covering. So hopefully you guys found this enjoyable. I think this is actually a better game than I initially thought it was. I hate to say that, but at first I was kind of like, all right, it's just like every other card game, but there are some nuances to it that I really like. And this whole like, you know, camp here is a pretty cool setup. And I think that it's really cool how it's really stuck to the circus motif. So I think it's pretty cool. Maybe you guys would be interested in it. It's something that you can get for pretty cheap too. It's not a very expensive game, and I love indie games that try new things, so check it out. We're at fame 6 out of 100. I wonder what happens when we get super high. I guess we'd start making more money and stuff, but yeah. Anyway, this was Rob from eXploration. Let me know if you guys think about what you guys think about all this and whether or not this is something you want to see more of. And until next time, keep exploring.